Welcome to the Great Debate with Eric Wolf and Greg Bond. In each installment of this scintillating showdown, we give these two fellows a product marketing challenge to wrestle through. Each of them will take a different position and argue for the approach that they suggest. But here's the catch. Only one of them is giving good advice, while the other is trying to lead you astray. So listen carefully because they're both very convincing. Your job is to uncover who has the best practice and who is just pretending. Let the games begin. Okay, fellows, you have a limited budget available, and you need to apply it in a way that will be sure to bring in more revenue for a particular product that's really not getting the market attention that the company expected it to. Some folks on your team think that this should be used to increase your marketing efforts. However, others argue that that money should be spent on sales enablement and training instead, because recently, sales has not been closing deals at a rate that they do for some of the other products. How are you going to spend that budget?
I feel like this is a pretty common sense issue where if the market isn't getting the attention on a new product that you need, then more than likely what we're discussing is a knowledge gap. They're just not aware that that product exists. So it sounds like it's being underfunded and probably kneecapped in many ways. And another thing we know from just like the way businesses work and compete with one another, that there's a element of the rat race where if you're not putting up like comparable marketing dollars as your competition or others who are getting more attention that would be a competing product, then the only way you could really overcome that hurdle is by spending as much as them, if not more, so that you could get that awareness and those eyeballs that are necessary. Otherwise, there's not even going to be a sales funnel to discuss because nobody knows your product exists.
So I'm going to, in the most respectful way possible, tell Greg that he doesn't have a clue as to what he's talking about. Here's Marketing 101. ABS, always blame sales. No, seriously, it may not be the sales people's fault, but the idea that you're going to solve a sales problem by investing at the proverbial top of the funnel is just completely wrong. It doesn't work that way. The sales funnel is a figment of your imagination. We have this thing that we've made up when it says that the more stuff we put in the top, the more stuff comes out the bottom. And if you just look at the math and look at where you've got the all of your various impressions, and then how many of those impressions maybe turn into clicks to your website or turn into calls to your call center, and then how many of those turn into proposals, and then how many of those turn into closed deals, what you discover is that the thing that matters the most isn't what's happening at the top of the funnel. It's not about just cramming more stuff in the top so that more stuff comes out the bottom. Really, what we've got here is a math formula where working at the bottom of the funnel is always more profitable. Because if we can take those phone calls that are coming in, and if we can take those emails that are coming in, and the other web activity that we're getting, and we can take those people and turn more of them into proposals, and turn more proposals into closed deals, we're doing a lot better, and we're building a machine at that point that's scalable. And at that point, when we've got that machine built and we've got that bottom of the funnel working exactly the way that it's supposed to, then when we put more stuff in the top, we actually benefit from it at the better rate that we've just created by improving the bottom of the funnel. If you're, no matter how many people you put in at the top of a sales funnel, it doesn't turn into more business if your machine is not capable of closing a deal.
I don't know. I have plenty of examples to prove otherwise. there's been far too many times in anyone's life, I think, where the more they tried something, the more results they got. And so I think the real kicker with what you're discussing is assuming that those who are in the sales funnel are interested in that product to begin with. I think you have to kind of keep looking to find out who's interested and making sure that those people are what you're driving awareness with, rather than somebody who may not be, like, who probably thought something different of your product or whatever it is, and then left because it wasn't right for them.
If you've only got a finite amount of money to spend, the more efficient way to spend that money is by improving your process, enabling your sales team, figuring out where the process is falling apart. You fix that, and then you're creating by adding incremental sales. Then you're actually creating the funds that you need to really put that effort back into driving awareness and building audiences versus versus spending in a really efficient way, which is improving that sales process and getting more people to close. What we need when we're talking about solving a sales deficit, what we need is to do is to close more business. We don't need to increase the size of our megaphone. We need to be telling the right people, and we need to get the right message to those people.
So what do you think, PAC members? Which approach is the true best practice? Tell us your choice and why you chose it in the comments below.